Hey, what is going on the YouTube? This is Robert, and today I'm bringing you to my One Piece graded card collection. Now, I do have various other areas, I suppose, or TCGs and different things that I have graded cards for and such, and we will go through those in the future, like one by one or collection by collection, and then go through everything in its entirety, because I don't want to sit here yapping for like 45 minutes or so, because that's just how long I would take going through things. But for today, we're going through One Piece. Now, everything I have, I keep in this, which is really handy. As you see, we can open it up and everything sits inside like that. I grabbed it off of eBay a while ago. A while ago is probably like close to like 2 years now. At the top, we just have my sort of random bits and pieces or assortments. Obviously, have two of the Chinese New Year. There is a third one that I still need to get at some point. We then have like old SpongeBob Panini pack. We obviously have the promo card, which is still in there. A Dumbledore, and then some My Hero and a Dragon Ball little piece. But yeah, so this is why I keep everything inside. Now, I don't know what they normally run, I will be honest, but I managed to find someone who was basically clearing out their collection and getting rid of everything. I did want the other thing that they had because it was two tiers, so it was two heights to it, which would have been insane. But yeah, I was happy getting this because it was literally £15, which is like nothing, I'm pretty sure, to get a literal case that is going to keep everything protected. So let's take all of my One Piece out and we can run through all of it. I literally have to like go through and check which is which, because I have things in different sections for grades and such. And yeah, because of the fact that my overall like graded collection includes 44 cards or 46 items, I believe it might be, in and around there, I've got a lot to obviously go through at a point in time. So yeah, so for the time being, it's going to be all of this that we're going to be running through. And as always, let me know your first piece that you might have got graded, or maybe your favourite card in your collection. It doesn't have to be One Piece, it can be anything. And whether or not you've bought anything graded before or not, or whether you've cracked some slabs and different things like that, because some of like the graded and the raw prices are kind of similar, so it's almost worth just getting them and cracking them and then having them in your collection or using them to play with, because it's more affordable to do so. But yeah, except for like 3 cards, I believe, everything else I've graded myself. Good, the bad, the ugly. It is what it is. Okay, so let's get things started. Now, I have a fair amount of Japanese in my collection, and this is just because of the pure fact that it's easier. In the end of the day, to get a better grade on, it's more reliable. I've got like a 50-50 of PSA and Beckett. I just kind of prefer Beckett, I'm not going to lie. It's also a chance of going to try and get a black label, but in the same instance, I will admit that PSA is probably just easier across the board, even with their long time frames currently. So let's kick things off. We're going to be kicking it off with Doffy. We're going to be kicking it off with Doflamingo. Yeah, this is the OPO4 alt art. I have nothing realistically to say for it. Obviously, it's JP. It's got a 10. Basically, everything that I have is like a 10 in the end, because yeah, back in the day, you have to understand that when One Piece was just starting for the TCG wise, 10s and things in a lot of stuff you could have probably picked up for like next to nothing, whereas nowadays they are kind of horrendous across the board. But yeah, this is the first one. I really like this artwork. This was before English was obviously released, that I had this card, so yeah, I mean, it's just cool. It's Doflamingo, so like, what more can I say? Probably one, like, there are probably like several villains across the board, but probably one of the ones that, I don't know, you gotta appreciate in the end. And one of the other ones I really like will be towards the end, villain wise. Next up, another OPO4 alt art. We have Queen. Yeah. Yeah, again, same sort of thing. I tried to pull the English alt art. I couldn't. That's life. So here's Queen. That's it. Yeah, I really like this leader card, I'm not gonna lie. I love a lot of the cards in general and how they look and everything, and yeah, I just realised that I had like part of the leg to like this tripod in view. I apologise for that. So yeah, next up, anyway, another leader alt art from OPO4. It's going to be Isho, Fujitora. Yeah, I love his character, I'm not gonna lie. And the scene where he says that he wished he could see Luffy. Oh, God. But yeah, I love his character. I love him in general. Really cool character. And yeah, Oh, it's no, no, it's so depressing. But yeah, those are going to be the first three in the end for PSA 10 that are JP. I don't have a ton of JP, obviously because after the fact you then come to the realization of what JP is worth in general, and you make mistakes, as the next one you'll see is a mistake. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things. I like all of my cards that I've got. I've had them for 2 years. Yeah, so maybe even longer than that at this point in time. So I'm not that bothered, you know. Next up, the mistake. Okay, so I bought a box of OPO 5 from Japan, obviously, before its price went up abysmally in the end. And I was like, I was basically doing a submission to Beckett, okay? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send in, like, I just wanted to send in one more card because there was like a discount that I could get, and I was like, you know what, I'll send in this Luffy. It wasn't until I searched it up that it was literally worth like £5-10 at a push, and I was like, I've made a mistake, but it's fine because it's JP, so it'll get like a 10 or it'll get a black label. It came back as a 9.5 or 9.5, and I was like, I was like that dog. I was literally like the dog, just like so, you know, you make mistakes at the end of the day and you live with them. So, yeah, it's a really cool secret, you know. It's not the alt art or anything. I had such, like, not bad luck with OPO 5, but for the amount of boxes that I opened, I really would have expected at least one of the secret rare, like, alts or something. You know what I mean? Like, some sort of card that's going to be like, oh, but it didn't happen. So we're going to carry on with that, obviously with OPO 5, with one of my favourite One Piece characters. We're going to kick off with Rosinante Corazon. I mean, sad, evidently sad, like really sad. Also kind of cool because of the fact that he like pretended that he couldn't speak, obviously, or was like mute to all of like Dofi, Doflamingo, and all of them, and then in reality he can talk. But yeah, so I opened this last Christmas with my brother. He got like a stack of boxes in the end, just got on discount, which is fire at the end of the day. Pulled it with him, and I was like, you know what, I'll send that off to get graded, because I'd already done that previously when I'd first initially opened OPO 5 when it released. And yeah, this got a 9.5 as well, which I was kind of like, ooh, I thought it would get better. So, and it doesn't get better because all of the pulls that subsequently I sent in for a grading with that one and with the prior one, all got butchered, really butchered. And these were like my best. Like, what I did is I went ahead and checked like all my alt arts, everything that I had basically at that point in time, and decided, am I going to keep or sell these? And I was like, I'm going to sell all of the ones that I'm not going to grade, use that money to try and pick up some more boxes, and also pay for the grading of the cards that I'm going to send. I looked at them like so closely, and yeah, they all were not great. So speaking of that, we pulled Uta as well from one of the boxes that my brother got me. Leader, alt art, cool, 9.5, pain. But yeah, literally from every box that he got me last Christmas, we hit pretty much all of like the decent or a decent card in each box, which is really lucky at the end of the day. But yeah, this is another one. So from that, one of those is a card that I've pulled twice now. It's going to be Silver's Rayleigh. Rayleigh, great character, absolute great character. So pulled this out of the OPO 8 box with my brother, which typically OPO 8 a lot of people don't open because your chances of getting a good card aren't there. But it came back as a 9.5 again. So yeah, I like this secret. Unfortunately, its price has tanked in the year, you know, following. At the time, it was like £35. Now it's maybe 10 or 15, something like that. And the graded at 9.5 doesn't really help its case. If it was a 10, it would have been fine. The same for the others, but it happens. So yeah, I just wanted the cards that I opened with my brother to be sent off in the end. So in the same box of OPO 8, we pulled the Nami card. Yet again, alt art, really cool. At the time, it's probably, yet again, like 50 or 60 pounds. So I was thinking graded at a 10 would be great. It got a 9.5, so it didn't get that exactly. But still, I'm fine with that because it was two cards that were from the same box that I pulled. Probably the best that I could have possibly got realistically with my luck. But it's just the unfortunate side that it got 9.5. So in the same breath as well, we have OPO 7 from the boxes that we opened. I got the Boa Hancock Alt Art Leader card, which is pretty cool, like leader card. But unfortunately, 9.5, I genuinely convinced myself that this would be a black label purely because of the fact that I was like, I even to this day, like I don't see, like they said, what was it? Edges. No, it's cap. It's cap. It's cap. It's such cap to say edges. I'm sorry. It is. There's nothing wrong. But, you know, it happens at the end of the day. So, yeah, if it was a 10, it'd be worth a chunk, but it's not. So, it's still in my collection. It's just one of those things. Next up, we go on to OPO 1 with two JP cards, being King and Jack. Yeah, nothing crazy about them. They're literally just two simple cards, one being an SR, one being a rare. I love the King SR though. I think that it looks extremely cool. He has got other variations obviously that look a bit better, and the same could be said for Jack, but at the same time I thought his sickle and all of this and that, you know, it's cool. They're just cool, two simple cards. I haven't opened a whole lot of OPO 1, so I've literally probably opened like 6 or 7 English packs and like 8 JP, and I haven't really had any luck. So I wish that I had a box, but you know, it's just one of those things. But yeah, these are two more, just 10s, just easy, nothing crazy or anything going on. At one point in time, there was an English King that was a black label that I was bidding on, and I just went, oh, leave it be. It was only at 58, which for a black label in anything under 100, well, maybe under like 75 is a really good deal on a black label if it's something that's popular, and One Piece pretty much is. I should have just bid. And then the Boa Hancock in the same breath from OPO 1 as well was English, same thing. It went for 63 or 68, something like that. I should have just bid, but you know, it happens. Next up, we have the Ace from the playmat set that you can get. Yeah, I just thought, to be honest, if I'm buying the playmat set on discount, it was a great discount, why not just send in the Ace? And it got a 10, which is great and all. I mean, the card itself, I haven't actually checked the price in a while, but yeah, there's nothing really I could say for it. So yeah, I would have hoped that we've got black label because it would have been kind of cool, but nothing wrong with the 10. I'm also not bothered about the numbers and such being seen. I know people try and stop it so that people can't like fake and scam people, but realistically, you should probably search things up properly before you buy something off of eBay and such from people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. So next up, like I said, I already pulled the card. I pulled Corazon beforehand, okay? I did it beforehand when I first opened OPO 5. So then when I pulled it again with my brother, I was like happy, but also I was like, out of any alt art leader, I had to pull the exact same one that I already had and already graded and got a 10 on. And then I grade the one with my brother because I pull it with my brother and I get a 9.5 on that one. So yeah, but yeah, again, I love Corazon. I'd hope that I can pull a couple more of him from a couple of the boxes that I have, but I'll see because I'm going to be opening those at Christmas with my brother. So yeah, can't open it with my nephew because he's not even 2 yet, and he'll probably like he tears birthday cards up, so I know that he'd tear cards up. And if it was like, can you imagine getting a manga and he's like and just grabs it and tears it, and I'd be like, that's my first manga and you've just torn it. I'd probably still send it to be graded just because it'd be something cool to keep. Okay, so the not big cards, but the ones that I suppose I am more so of a fan of and such, and probably are worth a bit more. I mean, the other 4 are worth more than this one, but it's just one of those things. Laboon, EB01, this is the JP, okay? This is one of the cards that I bought off eBay, okay? Plain, simple, easy. I opened only a couple of packs of EB01. I sold the cards that I got because I didn't need them. They went for a decent price, not even for alt arts and such, just standard cards, so I was happy with that. And yeah, Laboon, Brook, one of my favourite like things in general is Brooke's backstory, Laboon as well, across the board, big fan of, and yeah, I really just like this card. The English is probably worth a hell of a lot more, let's be realistic, but I love this as it is, and yeah. At a 10, and for what I paid, which is next to nothing, like it's literally just above like the grading cost, you can't go wrong with that realistically for something that you like. So next up, one of the other cards that I bought when I was first getting into the TCG and everything is going to be the ST01 Super Pre-Release Luffy. This isn't the leader one. The leader one for some reason has gone absolutely insane, just like the winner's card has gone absolutely insane. Like, this was $25 when I bought it, and recently there was a sale for like 300 and something. So yeah, the leader version is like 1500 and the winners is like 4.5, 4.6, which is baffling because I remember that you could buy the leader version at a 10 for like 70, 80 pounds at a push. The winners version was available for like 150, 160 you could buy that for, and now the fact that they're thousands is unbelievable to me. But I like this card regardless. It's a super pre-release, which is cool to have, and yeah, I mean, not going to be opening many more of them, are they, in the end? Like, people aren't going to be getting them. So back to OPO 5 we are going to, and we are going with one of my favourite villain type characters in One Piece, and yeah, a card that I pulled myself. It's going to be NL. Yeah, it's the SP. It's so nice. I love this artwork, I really do. When I pulled it, I was like obviously happy and everything. I have the recording, I think, somewhere, but yeah, it's just cool, isn't it? Realistically, it got a 10. I wish it got a black label, I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, he's fire, isn't he? Such a good character, everything great, and it's just funny that Luffy is like the perfect counter to him, like literal like Thunder God type level, and gets beaten by Luffy because of electricity. So yeah, the final card for One Piece that I had bought, so not the final card that we're going through, but bought, is going to be the OPO2 alt art for Ace. And yeah, yet again, 10, easy, done. Japanese, because English at the time, I don't put a ton of money towards these things. Like, I'm very strict with spending on things. Only if things are like a good deal or a good price point will I do it. So basically this had like 30, maybe 35 watchers, maybe more than that at the time, I think. It could have been even 40 plus. And the bidding was going forward. I literally bid 25, 26, something like that. Low price. And nobody outbid me. None whatsoever. And I was like, okay, sure, all of you people watching this, and you're not going to outbid me? And then, yeah, nowadays it's like 100, 150, something like that. But I'm a massive fan of Ace and everything. His fire, you know, the whole sacrifice and everything. And yeah, I wish I could have had the manga, but even at the time in Japanese, it was like 350, 400. I don't really look to put that much in like one go at something. Like, it's just one of those things that I just won't ever do. Like, sure, if something's over the span of 7 or 8 months, yeah, I'll do that, like paying bit by bit by bit. But in an instance, I'm not really like that. Like, currently I've got 7 boxes, booster boxes to open for Christmas time. And it's like, at a minimum, I was spending 80 or 85 on them. And maximum was like 90. So it's like, overall, I've probably spent like 600 on 7 boxes. But a box itself is worth like 150, 160 at the moment. So it wouldn't matter even if I wanted to open 3 and sell like 4, I'd still recoup. You know what I mean? I'm just not one of these people that I'm just like, oh, I'm going to buy, you know, this and that, or I'm going to buy a case, because I know my luck, I know what things are like, and I just wouldn't do it. That's why I prefer just little small things at once, or get things graded, because yeah, it's not a lot. It's like 12, 15 pounds a card, and if you're doing like 10 and such, and then you can get a discount, it's just simple at the end of the day, especially because a lot of companies are in dollars, so it makes things easier. Now for the biggest card out of any of them from anything that I own in the end in my collection, it's going to be my only black label card, and it is going to be for the SP Isho. Yeah, OPO7 pulled this card. Pretty cool, realistically. So yeah, pulled the SP, sent it in, and it got a black label, which is, I yeah, you know, why not at the end of the day? Yet again, I love his show, and it's just even better that I pulled the SP in the end, and that I pulled it with my brother. So yeah, got that graded, black label, really cool. That's it. So that will bring us to the end of my graded collection, in the end, obviously. And yeah, I can just sit, swipe the cards about, move them about and such. And yeah, that is going to pretty much cover everything. Like I say, I'm not bothered about the whole numbers, because if someone's going to fake mine, I mean, I've got the original. Like, if someone genuinely gets scammed, you can tell when something's fake when it comes to PSA and such, or you can search up videos and things. And yeah, I mean, I know, because I've got them graded myself, except for, a couple. I know what's real and I know what's not, because yeah. But that is going to cover it from me anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Like I said, let me know your favourite card in your collection. Maybe if you sent off things to get graded that are Pokemon, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Magic the Gathering, or anything else, let me know. Whether or not you might have opened some Riftbound or not, because I know that's seen all the hype lately. Even though I think the card designs are cheap, like it's lazy and cheap, it really is, because it's a lot of artwork that I've already seen in like either TFT or League or this or that, and it's just slapped onto it. It's nothing really special or custom going into it, and the signature cards are horrendously priced as well. So yeah, but that's what happens when something new comes out. But yeah, let me know, and obviously I will continue to go through some of the other collections until I then do a full thing running through everything. But yeah, I hope the camera angle and everything was okay, and wasn't too bad. But yeah, let me know whether you play the TCG or not. I tried to, I couldn't get the hang of it, and when I finally sort of understood and had one win, then obviously another set comes out and the meta and everything changes, and yeah, I'm not good at adapting to things like that, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe in the future, you never know. But yeah, that is going to cover it anyway, so I do hope that you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.